What's up, everybody? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Power Book 2 Ghost Season 1, Episode 5, you guys. So, yes, I'm back. I had a beautiful 4 days off. It was so nice. Y'all, it was so nice. I felt like I was on vacation. I didn't go anywhere. I mean, you know, I hung out with Kevin, the Scorpion from the Scorpion Show. And Nola Gemini, some of you guys might know him. He's not on YouTube or anything. He's just a friend. But went to dinner with them on Friday. That was nice. Went to dinner with Saturday. Sunday, was able to just get things done. Gave my dogs a bath. Gave Jasmine a haircut. Okay, that's a little suspect, but at least she's clean and her hair is cut. And I was able to just get caught up on some things. It was just so nice, you guys. I needed it. That last video I did, I was like, woo, look at me. I was over it, you guys. And this week promises to be quite a bit of talk about WhatsApp. But anyway, we're not getting into that. We on Power today, you guys. Good episode, mid-season finale. Had no idea. So I'm back down to, 4 videos a week. Breaking up top of the blogs. Let's talk about it. And after this, Real Housewives of Potomac. So that's what we on now, you guys, and it's all good. The review, let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so the show opens with the family. They're all celebrating his 18th birthday. I said, who's dreaming? Okay, Tasha looking good. Got baby Yaz there, Granny. She nice to Tasha. On out his candles on his cake. It's the 18th birthday, like I said. Then there's a knock at the door. And it is Raina. That's when I knew somebody was dreaming. I figured it was Tasha since Tasha was talking to her. And Raina was like, why are you acting so strange? You know, why wouldn't I be here? And Tasha's all crying. I've had those kind of dreams, you guys. They are very, very, very jarring. When it just feels so real. So, and it was the same reaction with me. I was just crying. I've had it with both my brother and my mom. But yeah, anyway, she's his twin sister. So it's her birthday too. You know, she's there. And then just like how dreams do, you wake up and you realize that you're in the same old miserable setting that you was in. Well, at least Tasha is. You know, she's still in jail. She picks up her Bible, opens it up. It's the picture of the OG family, Ghost and Tasha and Raina and Tariq. And then she calls Tariq. It's his birthday. Happy birthday. She wants to see him, you know, today. And he says, yeah, Mom, but he's distracted. You know, I got a test today. So, you know, I got to go. And she's like, oh, okay, I love you. So, but we see that it's not the test that we think anyway. He's actually getting in the car with Kane. What might that be about? Well, let's jump over to Overly Dedicated. Well, he's at Tamika's house, and she was like, you can't just be coming over here. He was like, I know David subpoenaed you, and you can't get up there and tell him all the shit that you know about me being the truth and everything. It'll ruin my life. And she was just like, look, I told you a long time ago that you needed to make this damn case go away. I can't worry about it ruining your life. Fuck, you the attorney general. Why can't you make it go away? He's not at liberty to say, oh, well, okay. You know, Tasha, not the kingpin. You putting all this on her, it's not right. So if I get up there on that stage, you is fucked, okay? Because I'm telling the truth. So you better do something. But you need to run this train off the track, Nancy. Yes, I got it that he's not transgender. You guys don't have to keep telling me. I got it. Thank you. Another thing that I got, Auntie. Okay, we're going to talk about Auntie in a second. But let me just let you know that I also know that Auntie is really the mother of Kane, Drew, and Diane. I call her Auntie because, like I said on the first review for this season, that I'm doing it because Mary J. Blige doesn't like to be called Auntie. Yet and still, she is an Auntie on this show. Okay, so for at least 10 weeks, I'm going to be able to call her Auntie. Okay, legitimately so. All right, so I got this. She's the mother. Look, you guys been watching me a long time. I mean, well, maybe some of you guys haven't. Maybe some of you guys are just coming in, okay? But yeah, I got it. I know that. I'm watching the same show as you. I mean, I know I do get shit confused sometimes, but I mean, I do know that that's their mama, okay? So thank you for the suggestions because I got quite a bit of them in the last comment. I was like, what is wrong with y'all? Don't know that I call her auntie? Because anyway, we see auntie talking to Diane, and she is telling her how you know, she got this game on lock, you know, and how she's able to control niggas, you know, and making sure that Diane does the same thing. Okay, if you want to get what you want, you just got to know how to lay it down. How do you think I got Latino Lover to do what I tell him to do? Oh, speaking of Latino Lover, he's pulling up in front of the house. Diane says, oh, I guess you do got him under control, huh? But look, he just showing up at the house. Like, what's that about? Oh, Lord. Now auntie got to go and embarrass him. Okay, girl, let me just go on and set this nigga straight. So she go to the door. What you doing here? Okay, he was like, damn. What you mean what I'm doing here? I just got to be, you know, old Latino Lover thought he was stopping by for lunch or something, I guess. She was like, you coming over here with a hard dick and no information, nothing I can use? Okay, looking back at Diana like, girl, you watching me? You watching me tail him off? He was like, why does everything have to be transactional with you? She was like, because that's what it is. Okay, so get the fuck up off my porch if you ain't got nothing. I said, damn, auntie, I mean, just hard as fuck, right? Oh, mean ass. So, you know, Latino Lover, he walks off. Now we see Kane and Tariq pulling up. Evidently, Kane was picking up Tariq because auntie wanted to talk to him. And so, you know, Tariq was like, why is the police over there? You know, Kane is annoyed. He was like, he's our plug, like he tells us information from the inside. And Tariq was like, oh, okay, because, you know, these dirty cops, like, they ain't right. Like, you know, having them on the payroll. Like, how much you guys paying him? How much is he taxing you? And Kane just look at him. I said, not an amount you can put in a bank. Shit. So Tariq kind of smirks to himself. So that shit pisses off Kane because, you know, his mama out here hoeing and everything. Like, he don't appreciate that. It ain't a good look. So he go busting in the house like, why does motherfucker think he can just come over here any time of the day? You know, knocking on the door and everything. You know, auntie is not standing for that. Nigga, I'm the boss. Do what I say and that's it. Don't be coming in here with this shit talking in front of the company. I was like, auntie, he not a company no more. Okay, he's working with you and he's making you some money. So stop calling him that. Anyway, she sent Kane off and Diane off, and it's just her and Tariq. And she's asking him about this drawing that she found in Drew's backpack. Like, do you know who this is? And Tariq looking at that like, look, I'm trying to do Zeke shit, my shit. I'm trying to handle my family stuff, sell your drugs. Like, what do you want me to do? No, I do not know who that naked nigga is in the picture. Okay, why don't you ask Zeke? He might know. And she was just like, oh, okay, maybe I will. So when he leaves there, Overly Dedicated is in the car. And he was like, oh, what are you doing here? And Overly Dedicated was like, you know, Tamika got summons. She's been subpoenaed to go to court to testify for Tasha. And Tariq was like, so I don't care. You know, she can't tell them what Tasha said because that was her lawyer. It's privileged. Of course, Overly Dedicated is concerned about everybody knowing that he was at truth and everything. Well, Tariq don't think it's no big deal. Oh, well, you was there. If you got to go to jail because you dirty, then that's what it is, you know. So he's all kind of threatening Overly Dedicated. Well, Overly Dedicated flips it on him and says, look, if Tamika get up there and I got that cross-examine her, then everything is going to come up. You going to be also added into that mix. And, you know, it's all going to come out, our whole little deal. So you might want to think twice about that. Tariq, with all his running around town, he hadn't thought of that. So Tariq, a little bit concerned now, talks to Tasha and says, you know, Tamika was subpoenaed. And she was like, yeah, because David said that she's going to be able to get me off. So then he says, well, you know, Overly Dedicated is going to have to cross-examine her. And Tamika might figure out that I was there and then I'll be in it. Like, I don't think this is a good idea, Mom. And he says, I didn't tell you, but I saw Overly Dedicated that truth that night. What? Boy, why you didn't tell me that? You just like your daddy. You be lying. And he was like, I wasn't lying, Mama. I was trying to protect you. Oh, see, there you even sound like a boy. Tasha is mad now because the shit that Overly Dedicated and Tamika talked about when Tamika was not representing Overly Dedicated means that that shit wasn't privileged. So she can actually talk to Overly Dedicated about their conversations. All right, so now it's all fucked up, boy. Let me handle this. Okay, I'm the daddy. Don't do nothing else. You want me to take care of him, mama? Nope, don't take care of nothing, please. Just go have your birthday and leave it all alone. So she has Davis come down to the jail and she says, listen, don't have Tamika up there. He was like, nope, I gotta have Tamika up there. She knows where all the dead bodies are. She knows too much. She can get you off. She can help you. If you knew me well enough, you would know not to put her up there. He was like, I'm sorry, I'm the lawyer. Okay, I'm the daddy. I'm sorry, she's going up on the stand. So Tasha don't have no say here. Now, speaking of overly dedicated, we see him talking to Niecy, and he's trying to find out. I know that's not her name, by the way. That's what we just calling her, Niecy, because she's a niece. Okay. All right, just making sure. He was like, did you find out anything suspicious about Tariq? Yeah, as a matter of fact, he was on the phone with his granny trying to get money. And he was like, how do you know that? You know, well, I've been spending a lot of time over there. Are you sleeping with him? No, Uncle Nancy, I'm not sleeping with him. I am sleeping with his good friend, his roommate. So now she got the inside, eye. Well, what's the roommate like? Well, Mel Gibson, he's white, he's privileged, he's rich with a R-I-C-H, not a rich I-C-T-H-T. Anyway, she says, yeah, the family would love him. So she got the best seat in the house, and overly dedicated knows that. So, you know what, keep doing what you're doing. Just don't get yourself caught. Don't be trying to talk to him and everything. Just watch. So later on, we see her with Mel Gibson. They buying alcohol for this party that Mel is trying to give for Tariq. It's his birthday, remember? And she just asking, why did Tariq do this? Why did Tariq do that? Nigga, what the fuck you need to know so much about Tariq for? You and me are together, not you and Tariq, so what is the problem? Mel Gibson shut that shit down, but I already know Niecy about to be a problem. Zeke come in there, and Mel tells him that he's having this party for Tariq at the Kappa House, and he need to come and all of that. Zeke was like, okay, I'm gonna come on through. But in that conversation that Niecy had with Mel, she finds out that Tariq, he do be kind of MIA sometimes, he's dealing with a lot. His shit is going on with his family. Like I said, quit asking all these fucking questions. So that's what she got for overly dedicated. She texts that he goes missing sometimes. Since when is this a crime? Let's jump over to class. We see Reynolds. He's lecturing the class. Tariq comes in, the man of many places, late as usual. Reynolds is annoyed. Oh, since you think you can come in here late, okay. Yeah, the 15-page report that you were supposed to be turning in today is now 25 pages. Okay, now sit your ass down and listen. After class, he tells Tariq, listen, we black men, we out here, we can't afford to be looking like this, especially on this campus. I know you got a lot going on with your family. Oh, why he say that? Tariq was like, keep my family name out your mouth. You don't know what I got going on. Stop trying to be my daddy. I already had one of them. I killed him. Tariq ain't got much patience for Reynolds. I was like, neither do we, Tariq. So he leaves him and he goes and meets with Drew. Tells Drew that Auntie want to know about this drawing. What about this drawing? And Drew just laughs. Oh, my whole family know that, I'm gay. That ain't no big deal. She testing you. She trying to see who you loyal to. All right. And, I guess trying to see if she can trust you. That's either a gift or a curse. We gonna see how this go. I said, yeah, because we know Auntie, she all things serious. Auntie is talking to Diane at the same time and saying how, Tariq didn't tell him who was in the drawing. And Diane was like, oh, so he's being loyal to Drew. Like, that's not too bad. And she was like, yeah, but now we're not going to really find out how Tariq is moving his shit at the school. So now I'm going to need you, Diane, to put on your big girl panties or take them off, I guess if that's what you got to do. And figure it out. Go up there, hang out with Tariq. Remember what I told you, okay, how you control niggas. But get it done. I'm counting on you. Now, we see Reynolds. He at the coffee shop, he with his homeboy. I guess they grew up together, maybe did some shit back in the day, but now everybody's legit. I guess Reynolds was writing books. I guess his friend works maybe for a publishing company or whatever. Like we said, Reynolds' first book was, was his hit. All right, the second one was a dud. So now the friend who's been his boy for all these years ain't really got too much patience for him no more. Listen, don't come bringing no shit around here. If this third book ain't off the chain, then we gonna drop you from the publishing house. I said, oh, how quickly they forget on Reynolds. Poor thing. So while he's there talking, Tariq shows up. Okay, hey, Mr. Reynolds, you think I can talk to you? You know how Tariq always got to put the soft voice on when he got to. You know, Reynolds like, how you know I was here? I guess one of the aides had told him or whatever. But he was like, look, I just want to apologize for the way I was acting earlier. I was tripping. I did go on and write that 25-page. I said, when did he have time to write this paper, y'all? I guess it was in them times when he be disappearing. So, you know, Reynolds is like, accountability breeds responsibility. I appreciate that. All these quotes, and you can't write a fucking book to save your life. And so now they good. Of course, Tariq gets a call from Tasha and says, well, Davis says he ain't taking Tamika off of the case. You know, she's subpoenaed. She coming up there. She got to testify. Don't do nothing. Just don't worry about it. But of course, Tariq can't let that happen. So next thing we know, he show up at Tamika's house. Now Tamika was like, oh, hey, Tariq. Okay, I'd have been like, why you here? Listen, nigga, I'm not really trusting nobody. But she was just like, hey, why are you, hey, what's up, Tariq? You know, I need to talk to you. All right, same voice he gave to Reynolds. So she was like, come on in, you know, you want something to drink? I said, girl, you better duck. Shit. Bitch, you got a gun or at least a bat, a knife or something around there? He puts the gun in his pocket. I said, Tariq, I know you don't think you about to shoot this lady in the middle of the day, in the middle of her apartment. Ain't no silencer on there. You can't go around the city and get a different gun. Okay. But he got the gun in his hand and he get to telling her how she can't get up there and testify. He tells her how he saw Overly Dedicated at Truth and all of this. So while they're having this conversation, you know, it looked like Tamika's actually softening up a little bit to Tariq. And then there's a knock at the door. You know, she goes to the door and it's Davis. And he's like, I need to talk to you. She was like, it's not a good time. Okay. He was like, it's not a good time. What you mean it's not a good time? Who's in there? Okay. Tariq goes hiding. She was like, it's not a good time. I mean, you would have thought that these two was fucking the way he was acting. Okay. He busts in. Oh no, I know somebody's in here. Who's in here? Overly Dedicated. Overly Dedicated. Well, no, it's Tariq, first of all. And secondly, Tariq has snuck out the back door. Okay, so close calls. So Davis was like, oh, okay, well, all right, you in here by yourself. I'm sorry. Okay, you'd have got your ass beat if it was another nigga up in there that she was trying to get busy with, trying to bust in like, fool, what the hell? So anyway, she was like, Davis, we need to talk. While she talking to Davis, you know, Tariq goes out into the alley and Mel Gibson texts him, you know, 911 Kappa House. I was like, what didn't happen now? Child, ain't nothing happened with this damn party. It don't look like no emergency to me. I mean, I guess they was like, get your ass down here. This is for you. All right. So he rushed on down to the party. And, you know, Tariq is still business on the mind. So when he gets there, he ready to go. Like, he can't go. And he sees Zeke. And Zeke was like, unless you got some pussy lined up somewhere. So why you trying to rush off to this your party, fool? Stay here. And Tariq was like, well, yeah, I guess I could. But he annoyed. Mel's brother throws up on him. You know, I'm gonna beat your ass if you do some shit like that. Either he threw up or he spilled the drink. I mean, either one is a problem. But if you threw up on me, I'm gonna beat your ass too. I mean, I can't fight, y'all know, but if I could, you know, I'm gonna try anyway. So after he goes off on the brother, here go Niecy. What's wrong with Tariq? Why he so mad? Why he go? Girl, will you go some fucking where? Asking Mel all these questions again. He was like, listen, I ain't gonna listen to many more questions about my boy. Okay, make yourself useful. Go make us a drink. He gives her a cup. I was like, why are you trusting her to... Oh, I tell you, that Mel Gibson is so stupid. I know he's Tommy in training, all right, but still. So, of course, she goes to make the drink. She drugs the drink. Tariq goes upstairs. He's hiding the gun. He has it in his backpack, takes it out of his pocket, puts it back in his backpack. And then that's when Tamika calls and says, okay, well, it's a done deal. For real, for real. Tamika is going to testify. There's nothing else that I can do. And then that's when they had a moment where she's all upset, you know, sorry, you know, just live your life and I'm going to be in jail and don't worry about it. I got this. All right. So when she gets off the phone with Tariq, she makes a call to Davis. I think it was Davis. And she wants to make, or was it Overly Dedicated? Either one it was. She wants to take a deal. Okay, she's leaving a message. Meanwhile, you know, Tariq down here at the party, whatever. Diane shows up. She was like, why you didn't tell me it was going to be a party? He was like, yeah, I don't really do birthdays like that. You know, she was just like, oh, well, you know, you going to offer me a drink? And he was like, you can help yourself. Just like niggas, you know. So she was like, well, can you at least come with me because everybody all over me? And he was like, okay, bet he can do that. At the same time, we see Niecy giving the drink back to Mel, and that was the drink that he was making, was supposed to be making for Tariq. So he gives Tariq the drink at the time when old girl Lauren walks up. Hey, Tariq, you know, happy birthday. All right, that would be Angela in training. And she was like, who's your friend? Looking over at Diane, who's Tasha in training. Do you guys know all of the players in this? Okay, just making sure. He was like, oh, this is my friend Diane. This is Zeke's cousin. All right. And, you know, Diane was like, hey, girl, hey. Like, you know how girls can be. So Lauren was like, well, can I talk to you for a second? And he was like, okay. So he goes off with Lauren and his drug to drink. And then we see Drew. He see his basketball player. Hey, lover! He want to go and bust the slob right there in the party. You know, the basketball player was like, back. Don't touch me. Yeah, not at the party. We just homeboys like this, okay? Like this. So he walk off and Drew's feelings are hurt. I said, I know you're not about to bitch out like this. Come on, Drew. Now, you know how it goes, okay? But Drew is hurt. And later on, we see Tariq is irritated that Drew didn't disappear. Like, do you know where he is? I mean, he's black. He's on this campus. He got drugs on him. That shit could go bad. Diane was like, I'm sure he's fine, okay? But maybe we can go find him. I'm sorry. This is when Lauren walks up and Diane was like, hey, girl, hey, and all of that. So then Lauren says, can we talk? And so that's when they walk off. And so we see Drew in the car with, you know, basketball player lover. And he just like don't really appreciate this. How you treating me? You know, basketball player lover was like, what do you think this is? Like, we can't just go around holding hands and skipping through the campus. Diane come knocking on the window and he was like, who is that? That's my sister Diane. But she know that's Zeke's cousin. And she, you know, she ain't gonna say nothing. And he was like, oh my God, that's Zeke's cousin? Like, oh. Child, his secret. I said, all your tea is spilling, huh, basketball lover. He gets so disgusted, he get up out the car and walk out. I said, oh, Drew, you might have to pick you. So he too deep up in the closet. He ain't really trying to do this right now. Now, jumping back over to Tariq, you know, he drinking a drink. He in the room with Lauren. I said, oh, Lord, please don't drink this drink. This is about to be bad, you know. And the drink has a pretty quick effect on him. He starts to get all mumbly and whatever, but he do take the time to say, you need to not mess with that fuck boy. Okay, talking about her boyfriend. You know, get with me. I'm a winner. He's a chicken dinner. So, you know, she was like, oh, you a lightweight. And he was like, no, you know, I used to do sipping on some scissor. Sipping on some sipping on some. But I don't do that no more. You know, he like to stay, you know, lucid so he know what the fuck going on. So it's strange that he's feeling like this, you know. He want to kiss Lauren and she was like, no, I don't want it to be like this. You're drunk. And, you know, Tariq was like, yeah, nigga, he is a little tired. You know, he laid back and he passed out. So Lauren was like, all right. So she get up and leave the room. So, of course, when she leaves out, Niecy come in there. All right. And of course, Niecy sees him. He's drugged out. He going through her shit. She going through his shit and she sees his phone. You know, he wake up kind of enough to be like, bitch, will you get the fuck on somewhere? But she takes that moment. I guess in some moment, he opens his eyes a little bit, was able to get the Face ID to open up his phone, which really, you guys, is not going to help because unless you're going to continuously making sure that that phone stay live, how you gonna get back in the phone in the future? And even if you in the phone and you try to change the password, because I have an iPhone, when you try to change the password, they still make you put the password in there to change it. So that was a little flaw. They missed that part, you guys. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. She gets in the phone, she takes his phone. Tariq still passed out. When she goes out, there go Mel brother, he drunk, trying to push up on her. Ugh, get away. You know, she leaves out and he goes in the room and he was like, Tariq, nigga, you got to get out of here. You know, picks him up. You know, Tariq's like, and picks him up and kind of pushes him, throws him out, throws his backpack out. And, you know, Tariq is all like, fuck you. Okay, that's all you can do when you like that. So, you know, he go mumbling and rumbling back downstairs to the party, but he still ain't right. He ain't really in a good mood now because he don't feel right. You know, he bump into Mel, you know, cuss Mel out. Mel was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I'm trying to give you this party. This how you do me? But fuck it. He's over it. He leaves out, sits down, sees Diane. He still ain't right. Diane, while they talking, you know, she leans over and pulls the gun out of his backpack. I said, boy, Tariq, they really got you. They really, really got you. And they took all your shit. Like, this is not good. This is not how ghosts would behave. I guess he's still in training. Now, let's jump over to the annoying teachers. So Milgram goes to see Reynolds. And he's having writer's block. He just can't seem to get the words out. you know, and when she comes in there and she's telling him, you know, he can do it, you know, he was like, why don't you, she was like, I better go though. And he says, why don't you stay? We can order sushi, like gold times, you know, fucking office. And, she was like, no, I better go. You know, you just need to figure out what to write about, you know, write what's in front of you. He says, you're in front of me. Oh, you can't write about me anymore. What the fuck did he say in this book that made it so bad, you guys? So they have this whole lovers thing where it's just like, oh, I see you only. And she's like, I gotta go. And I was like, I'm so over these two. So I guess, you know, she's so distraught, she goes to a restaurant by herself, having, you know, a little wine, a little dinner. And then in walks Zeke. Now, it's a party going on. He's a big known basketball player on campus. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible that he would have walked in, but on that night, this is too much of a coincidence. I was just like, all right, Courtney, girl. I mean, okay, we just gonna let it go. I know y'all had to figure it out, but it could have been something else. Anyway, he go in there, and you know, she all hot in the puss from fooling around with Reynolds just a minute ago. So he talking to her about how, you know, he don't care about the fame and the fortune of the school, being the basketball players. You don't never know if the girls want to be with you because they want to be with you. If they know you're going to go to the NBA, his auntie only concerned about him going to the NBA. You know, he don't have no mama, no daddy. Oh, you know, Milgram is a bleeding heart. And child, they done sat there and talked so much, and I guess had some wine, and like I said, hot in the puss, you know, Reynolds keep calling, and yeah, then put her in a whole nother spot. Next thing you know, child, they fucking in the bathroom. I said, Milgram, what the fuck is wrong with these teachers? Okay, that's why you shouldn't be young trying to teach at a fucking college if you can't control your loins. So she fucked up, and then we see Reynolds, he reading Tariq's paper. He's so impressed that he steals. I said, I know you not plagiarizing. How you plagiarizing? How you a damn literary teacher and you stealing from? Come on, Reynolds, and you didn't think nobody was gonna notice that? What is wrong with him, really? So he fucked up. Okay, like I said, these teachers don't need to be teaching. Now, Niecy all of a sudden is so worried, calls Overly Dedicated. Oh, I made a mistake. I drugged Tariq. What? You drugged him? I didn't tell you to do that. I just told you to watch him. Yeah, well, now he's drugged and he's wandering all over New York, you know, by himself. How do you know that? Yeah, because I took his phone, and he was just like, where is he now? Well, where Tariq is at the grave. He's talking to Raina. Of course, he's high, or half drunk, half high, all of that. And he's saying how he's never going to let anything bad happen again. You know, he got this. You know, I'm the daddy. And then, you know, he walk over the ghost tombstone, and he's all like, I had to do it. You know, you made me do it. You know, everything was happening. You were in the way. And he says all things that he never says once, I had to shoot and kill you. But he does imply it. And surprise, surprise, who is watching him but Uncle Nancy? I said, how did Overly Dedicated get to the cemetery? How did she know? See, this is something that I missed. How did she know where he was? If she took the phone, how was she GPSing on him? Okay, so I'm gonna need y'all to clarify that for me. But anyway, Overly Dedicated is close enough. I mean, I guess the nigga is yelling at the top of his lungs, because how you close enough to get all that on video? That's another problem I had. I said, okay, Courtney, that's two. So, but whatever. He goes back to the room. He trying to recover. You know, Mel get home. I'm not sure if it was the next day or whatever. But anyway, Mel Gibson is mad. Like, you be treating me like just fucked up. Like, you don't do me right. Like, I'm trying to be giving you, you know, the party. And I'm trying to be your right-hand man. Like, I'm trying to make you, you know, I'm trying to help you. And you just left and right. You always got to cut me down, say some old insulting shit. Like, that shit ain't cool. I said, that's right, Mel. Okay. And it's going to come a time when Mel is going to prove himself to Tariq that he really, really is down. And that's how that bond is going to get strengthened, the same way that Ghost and Tommy's bond was. And he is going to come to really appreciate Mel. But in the meantime, you know, Tariq was like, yeah, you right. I'm sorry. You know, so Tariq was like, okay, I'll just give you a little bit. Okay. Auntie and Lorenzo, they is the family that's giving us the drugs. Okay. That's Zeke, auntie and uncle. All right. Diana, Drew, and Kane are brother and sisters. They belong to auntie. And he was like, damn, so that's Zeke's family? And he said, yeah, but he don't know what's going on. He don't need to know. Okay, so keep Zeke ass in the dark. But anyway, he get to telling them some shit, you know, and he says he relates it to chess pieces. So this how it's gonna go down, you know. If Lorenzo show up, he the big one. Okay. If auntie show up, she the queen. He the king, she the queen. If some of these other ones show up, they the pawns. Okay, so you just knock one over. That'll let me know some shit going down. All right. If something is real bad and it's emergency, just knock all the shit over. That's how I know it's bad news. Okay. So they got their little, you know, their communication between each other. Like I said, the bond is growing. Now, Diane go back home and she was like, yeah, I tried with Tariq. He ain't tell me nothing. She's like, girl, well, you ain't helped me out in no kind of way. Okay. Y'all just useless. And she was like, no, mama, because I took his gun. She was like, and why did you think that was good? Give me that damn gun. Okay, put it in the napkin. She was just like, now you done bought yourself a problem because when the gun is missing, where you think he gonna go? Okay, you don't even know what the fuck you doing. Trying to tell you to get out there and this what you come. Go away from me with this. So, you know, auntie is not satisfied. Now, Tariq comes over. Now it's time for them to talk. And she was like, you lied to me about Drew. And he was like, no, I didn't, because I really didn't know who that was. But why you keep sending all these people around trying to check up on me? Like, I'm working for you. We doing this. You ain't got to do all that. She was just like, well, I'm just trying to figure out which one of my kids can I trust the most. And then Tariq was like, me? He done bought himself into a new family. And she was like, that's what's up. I said, ooh, did auntie smile? This is the first time I done seen this bitch smile the whole time. I said, okay, auntie. She must really like her some Tariq. She was like, Kane, give the boy your gun. Kane was like, what? I'm not giving that nigga my gun. He probably don't even know how to use it. I said, oh, I beg to differ. Auntie was like, I'm the daddy. I said, give him the damn gun. And she was like, you my boy now, Tariq. You know, she liking Tariq. And now Kane is, you know, it's going to be a problem with Kane because he can't have Tariq, you know, replacing him. So she was like, go on and take that gun. You part of the family now. You know, happy birthday, Tariq. And then lastly, you guys, we see Davis. He goes overly dedicated. So he was like, okay, so I pulled Tamika off the subpoena. She's not testifying. I would at least expect some sort of thank you considering I got you off the hook. Tamika told me that you was at Truth that night. Okay, so that really could have been some problems for you. So I need you to drop the charges against my client. And overly dedicated said he can't do that because now Tasha want to take a deal. And let me show you this other little bit of information I got. So he shows Davis the video of drunk and high Tariq in the cemetery. And Davis is like, you'll never get that in. But you know what? I'll make sure that it gets, you know, taken care of. Yeah, it seems that we are at an impasse here. Now, how do we handle this? Well, overly dedicated has an idea. Let's take this shit to trial. Okay. And Davis was like, okay, we'll take it to trial. You know, I'll do my thing. And then you get up there and you cross-examine. You know, I'm going to stay out your way. You stay out of my way. But when we get Tariq up there, then you do what you got to do. And he was like, well, you know, your girl ain't going to be happy that her son is going to probably go to jail. They may give him the needle. He's not going to give a fuck about Tariq. Tasha is my client. So you do what you got to do. And I think that that's going to work out well. What do you think? Will they shake hands? Okay, we got a deal. I said, well, damn. I mean, we knew that Davis was going to be crooked and everything. But you guys, somebody's going to die. Overly dedicated and Davis is not going to. Both of them can't make it. All right, we can't have two extra bad. So somewhere along the line, they ain't going. One of them is going. Got to do Real Housewives of Potomac. So let me move on. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel's for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.